Our session with the Revuelto was confined to Vallelunga's technical twists and turns and fast straights with the powertrain and chassis set to their most extreme modes, so we can't tell you whether it's comfortable in the traffic, noisy on the freeway, or easy to park. And frankly, we're not sure any of that matters much. Sure, the sat-nav works, as does the air conditioning, and it has adaptive cruise control with the full suite of driver aids including lane keep assist. There's an inch more headroom than in the Aventador and 3.3 inches more legroom, and Lamborghini says you can fit a golf bag behind the seats. But none of those things are what make this Lamborghini special. What makes the Revuelto special is what it does when it's driven flat out, and how it does it. In terms of the accessibility of its steering performance, the composure of its chassis under pressure, and the way it inspires total confidence behind the wheel, this is the best Lamborghini we have ever driven, a benchmark car from Santa Gata Bolognese. Oh, and did we mention it's a plug-in hybrid that also has 3 electric motors that boost total power and torque to 1001 horsepower and 739 lb-ft, more than any Lamborghini in history, yet is 35% more efficient than the car it replaces? As you can read here, the Revuelto is the most technically advanced Lamborghini ever built. 12-cylinder Lamborghinis have in the past been about brute force bashing the laws of physics. This car combines brute force with an electronic brain that's constantly having a nuanced discussion with Isaac Newton. The Revuelto is the software-defined supercar, but with software that thinks like an enthusiast driver. Like Davide Bizzarri, to be precise. Davide Bizzarri is Lamborghini's head of vehicle motion and energy management, which means he's responsible for the way Lamborghinis accelerate, stop, and go around corners. His supercar credentials are impeccable. He was inspired to become an automotive engineer by the legendary Nicola Materazzi, who helped develop the Bugatti EB110 and created the F40. Bizzarri worked as an engine designer at Ferrari before becoming head of powertrain engineering at McLaren. He joined Lamborghini in 2019. Bizzarri is an engineer with strong beliefs. He hates the current vogue for artificial pops and bangs from the exhaust, which is why you won't hear them emanating from the Revuelto. He insists on steering feel that is consistent, regardless of the powertrain mode selected, which is why the Revuelto's helm will remain light and delicate, whether you're tooling through Beverly Hills or attacking the Nordschleife with your hair on fire and those 1001 ponies stampeding behind you. A case in point is the Revuelto's innovative traction control system, which uses the single 148 horsepower, 111 lb-ft motor that sits atop, and is connected to, the 8-speed dual-clutch transmission mounted transversely at the rear of the V12. If a loss of traction is detected, the e-motor instantly switches to regen, increasing the torque load through the transmission to stop the wheel spinning. The internal combustion engine is very powerful, but when you want to regulate torque, to control wheel spin, with fast interventions of spark advance or cutting cylinders, it is not so precise, Bizzarri explains. The e-machine has the capability to control torque at a really fast rate, and to be really precise. But the other benefit is that by not cutting the engine, I can keep its efficiency high. A third benefit, energy that would have otherwise gone up in a cloud of tire smoke is sent back to the battery. This dizzying dance between combustion and electrons, dynamics and efficiency, is also played out by the pair of 148 horsepower, 258 lb-ft Yasa axial flux e-motors that power the front wheels. When you lift your foot off the brake at idle and the Lambo creeps forward, they're moving the car, not the V12, which is kept at its most efficient idle speed. When you're hammering the Revuelto through a series of turns, the ultra-precise torque control of the Yasas, combined with their ability to switch between power and regen independently and instantaneously to vector the torque across the front axle, is used to efficiently transform longitudinal acceleration into lateral acceleration, and back again. The target was to make the car authentic, Bizzarri says. I always considered electrification a way to make the car better, but the important thing was to make the car feel natural. Mission accomplished. Unless you're driving the Revuelto in pure EV mode, You're never aware it has electric motors, never aware of their complex interactions with the internal combustion engine or the chassis, regardless of whether you're accelerating, braking, or cornering. All you know is this is a V12 Lamborghini that does all those things with remarkable speed and fluency. From the driver's seat it feels effortlessly natural.